Okay, hey guys, how's it going? Got the Chelsea Bear here, but we are going to have a bit of a running chat today. We are going to talk about Seb Coe and his early years as a junior, around about age 16, and how he was training and what training he was doing. Because one of my friends recently tagged me in a thing on Facebook of his training plan when he was 16 years old. In his career, Seb Coe ran a 4:47 mile, which is absolutely crazy, and he set the world record in the 800. As you guys probably already know, he did like 1:42 or something like that. I think he also set the world record in the 1500 meters as well. So I'll put his training plan on the screen right now, and yeah, so the things I wanted to you know, more specify on in this training plan is you know, the aerobic compared to the anaerobic you know, workouts he was doing. For the first week of the training plan, 100% of what of the mileage he was doing was all aerobic. So that's base building, that's normal, you have to do that even if you're only running 800 meter races and 1500 meter races. So you always need that endurance in the longer events and stuff. But as the months and seasons go on, you see that he does up to 100% of his workouts at an anaerobic effort, which is like sprinting and hard stuff and really intense session. That is in the middle of the cross country and track season he did that, and yeah, I mean, as he was only running up to 40k a week and an average of 35k a week. That is absolutely crazy. To be that good at that age. I'm getting bitten by mozzies, we're going inside. So only doing 35k a week and being that good is absolutely crazy. Like, guys, I'm not sure how good he was at age 16, but I mean, when he was in his 20s to 30s, he was, you know, the world's best. So clearly it can't be that bad, only doing 35k a week in your junior years, okay? And I know there are a lot of younger runners that are subscribed to myself, so if you guys are out there, just yeah, know that you don't have to do the most mileage. I have definitely made the mistake in the past of doing too much mileage, and yeah, so he couldn't have been too bad. He would have been up there with the best runners his age in England, I guess. But yeah, there's a lot you can take out of this, and I am personally going to take a lot out of it. Yeah, guys, for the past year, I was running an average of like 100k a week or something, but yeah, it definitely shows that you can just reduce it, and there's not going to be any effects whatsoever. You can run very little mileage and get away with it, especially when you're a younger runner. Especially if it's going to impact your development when you're younger, and it's going to damage your bones, joints, whatever, and really make your prime running career when you're like 20s to like 35. It's going to really make that career suffer if you do too much running at a young age, and I definitely need to take something from this, and I think a lot of runners really do as well, because you have a lot of like irresponsible coaches these days. I mean, most of them are pretty responsible, but you know, you have a lot of coaches giving their athletes like big mileage weeks, and at a young age again, so when they get to their 20s and their 30s and the peak time where they can really perform well, they're not, because they're just getting constant injuries, and that's all from doing too much mileage as a kid. But yeah, so that's me right there. I need to back off a lot. I'm gonna do a bit of an experiment. When I get back to running, I'm gonna be running no more than 60k a week. We'll see how that goes. I am a little bit longer distance, like 5k and 10k and stuff, but again, there's still not much point in racing 10ks and up. You know, when you're my age, I guess, you know, save that for the 20s and 30s, right? So, I am not going to be doing more than 60k a week when I get back to running, okay? But that is like less than 10k a day. So, yeah, that's it. Yeah, that'll be interesting to see how my performance actually goes doing that low mileage, and especially with a background of myself doing a lot higher mileage than that, and still doing really well. But you know, you don't want to be doing well now, you want to be doing well in the future. And this is kind of I'm starting to see a different outlook into running. It's about longevity in the sport, and you just have to take care of your body pretty much. Especially if you guys know that I recently had some heart problems. I definitely want to take a bit more care of my body. But yeah, I've got to step back a bit. Not just with running, but running is a characteristic that you can definitely take more care of. But running isn't the only thing you can do to improve running. You got cross training, and you got ab work and strength training, and those things can incredibly help so much. And people don't realize how much they really can help. But yeah, given the main thing that is going to improve you is running and busting a gut, like in your training sessions and stuff. But anyway guys, back to Seb Coe's training plan. Even as a professional, he never ran more than 90 kilometers a week, which is around about 60-70 miles a week, and yeah, that's really impressive, especially for a pro athlete. But at the same time, you know, he never really was running more than 800 meters and 1500 meter races. You still need some speed endurance and stuff to race those, especially to set a world record. But yeah guys, you still got professionals these days that are, you know, only racing 800 and 1500 meter races that are, you know, they're doing 100 miles a week or 140 Ks a week or something like that, you know, so they're still running plenty of miles that you really don't need to be doing. And there's another runner that just came second in the 1500 meters at the World Champs this year, Patrick McLuffy. He only runs like 90k a week as well, so he is another minimalist runner, if you can call them that, that don't do too much mileage and really just focus on the faster stuff. So saying all this, these athletes are doing an incredible amount of intense mileage, and as you just saw, you know, doing 35k a week isn't that much, but when you say every single run you do is going to be intense mileage, that makes it a lot harder, and that is the reason these athletes are so good. And yeah guys, when these athletes do get to their professional years and are running like 90 to 100 Ks a week, which is, I think it's their max according to the internet, I would say up to nearly half of that would probably be intense mileage. So they're not doing heaps of easy mileage, but when they're making it hurt, they're really making it hurt, and they're getting quality training in. So I'll end it with going back to Seb Coe. He was racing up to 3,000 meter races in his junior years, and he did some cross country as well, which probably is about 4k. So, you know, I'm not saying this would help in the longer stuff like 5k and up races, but yeah, I definitely think it's something to consider, and I don't think you need to be doing that much mileage to really just be a good athlete. So yeah, I'll be training at 60k a week for the longer races and stuff, so I don't know if that'll go good or bad, but you know, when I was like 14 I ran a 16:30 and I was like, you know, only doing 60k a week, so if I was that good then, I must be that good now. But anyway guys, I am starting to feel a little bit better. My heart rate when I am standing up is still around about 110 or something like that, but yeah, it was 150 only a few days ago, so I'm definitely getting better, and the heart rate is gradually you know, going back to normal. And thanks so much for the support guys. You all gave me heaps of encouragement and good messages, so thank you so much. And yeah, let's get back on top of the videos, and I'll see you guys next time with another vlog.